Liberty Nation with Tim Donner.
And we are back on our special year-end edition of Liberty Nation Radio. And, of course, the only story that you've heard much about, if you're watching the elite media over the last, month or two, is impeachment.
I think there's one policy area which we haven't discussed. We're going to leave Donald Trump's accomplishments without mentioning. We would be remiss, which is a little reported on fact that he is modifying the Code of Federal Regulations by ripping out all kinds of burdensome chapters,
yes,
which are unvoted on laws that people in all sorts of areas of the United States have to basically follow. And if they don't follow it, they're subject to massive fines. It's really a cancer on all kinds of economic activity and others. And Donald Trump has been a shining example of what a president can do, who recognizes this burden and starts to try to remove it from Americans.
Right. Again, though, it's promises made, promises kept. He said he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, he's well exceeded his promises because he promised to eliminate 2 regulations for every new one, and it's closer to about 10 to 1 now. The deregulation has been spectacular. But this is all part of a Trump presidency that the Democratic Party has done everything to subdue, and that the media has done everything to make sure that the American people don't find out about. This part of the Trump presidency, the economy, the jobs, the deregulation, the entrepreneurial climate that's been created in these 3 years of the Trump presidency. What the Democrats have been intent on, as we all know, for the last 3 years plus, has been impeaching this president. And I thought that this one soundbite of Adam Schiff, otherwise known as Adam Shiftless in some circles, how he took that phone call between Trump and Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, and perverted it in a public forum, in a House hearing, and he translated the call for us this way, providing a precursor of everything that followed.
We've been very good to your country, very good. No other country has done as much as we have. But you know what? I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it. On this and on that. I'm going to put you in touch with people, and not just any people. I'm going to put you in touch with Attorney General of the United States, my Attorney General, Bill Barr. He's got the whole weight of the American law enforcement behind him. And I'm going to put you in touch with Rudy. You're going to love him, trust me.
Now, that was presented in the opening statement of the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, and it wasn't until 10 minutes later, under Klieg-Light questioning, they admitted, okay, well, it was kind of a parody. And I guess we should have known when we heard that what was going to follow.
Adam Schiff has behaved in exactly every way you would expect some sort of cartoon villain to behave, not a person who is approaching the alleged crimes or misdeeds of a president in a sober and a regretful way, that in terms of something that must be done, like we've been sold. The moving of the goalposts with when a person can submit a whistleblower claim alone, Tim, besmirches the entire process as far as I'm concerned.
Lise, what do you think when you hear the name Adam Schiff?
I unfortunately think of someone who has a great deal of trouble with the truth. I think what's happened with the Democrats is they've underestimated the American public. The American public does not like when things are shoved down their throat. And I think this whole process with Schiff leading the band is sort of making Americans angry. And I think that's shown up in the CNN poll.
Well, in most of the other polls where impeachment has been dropping in popularity on a really almost a daily basis as we close the year here. But to tie together a couple of things that the two of you said, Scott, you talked about the need to be sort of sober and regretful, and Lise, you talked about twisting the truth. You put those together and you get Nancy Pelosi acting as if she was so sad to have to culminate her 3-year impeachment crusade.
We take this to be a very sad time for the American people, for our country. Impeaching a president or having the investigation to impeach a president is not anything to be
Get it out. Get it out.
Joyful about. I don't know that anybody's joyful, but it is a sad time.
Yeah. Is there a single person, Scott, in the whole country, not to mention in either party, that actually believes what she just said?
No, she's a politician, though, so that's par for the course.
I wouldn't be surprised if a year from now, right after the election, Nancy Pelosi doesn't say quietly to somebody, "I told you so."